You're listening to a production of the National Media Archive. To learn more or volunteer, go to nationalmediaarchive.com.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't get better at something? Maybe learning a language, or picking up coding, or even baking bread? This isn't just a passing feeling. It's rooted in what Carol Dweck calls your mindset, the underlying belief you have about your own abilities. Now, there are two major players here, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. One locks you in place, the other opens up a world of possibility. But why does this matter? Because your mindset is like an operating system for your brain. It determines whether you run old, buggy software. You're constantly upgrading. Stick with me because today we're going deep. 9 real-life ways these mindsets shape everything from how you handle failure to how you see others' success. Let's get into it. First, up intelligence. Is it a fixed trait, like your eye color, or can it be developed, like a muscle? People with a fixed mindset see intelligence as static-like. A pre-installed app you can't delete or upgrade. If you're not smart, why even try? But those with a growth mindset, they treat intelligence like RAM in a computer. It can expand with use. They believe every challenge is a software update. Picture this. Your boss offers you a project using a brand new software. Do you panic, thinking this isn't for me? Or do you say, I'll figure it out and maybe even teach others? Now you might be thinking, but what if I fail? And that brings us directly to our next topic. Let's talk about goals. Do you obsess over the finish line, or do you focus on the journey? A fixed mindset is all about the final result. Think of a sprinter who only cares about crossing the tape, not the hours of training. Growth mindset folks, they sweat the small stuff. Every step, every milestone, every tiny improvement is a win. For them, grit is as important as talent. Imagine you're building a business. Will you cut corners just to launch? Or will you invest in learning every part of the process, even if it's tough? Ask yourself, are you motivated by the applause at the end or the satisfaction of mastering the craft? That's the process versus the product in action. Ever find yourself envious when a coworker gets recognized? That reaction says a lot about your mindset. With a fixed mindset, someone else's win can feel like a personal loss, like there's only so much success to go around. It's a zero-sum game. But with a growth mindset, others' achievements are proof of what's possible. It's like seeing someone climb a mountain and thinking, hey, maybe I can reach that summit too. Now, let me tell you a story. I once watched a teammate automate a tedious task, freeing hours of our time. Instead of stewing, I asked them to teach me. That one conversation led me to automate 5 more tasks over the next month. So, the next time you see someone win, ask yourself, is this competition or is it a masterclass? Let's get real. How do you react when someone gives you tough feedback? Do you shut down or lean in? A fixed mindset treats criticism like a virus. Exposure means something's wrong with you. Growth mindset? That's antivirus software feedback is a patch, a way to level up. Picture this. A friend tells you a habit of yours is annoying. Do you take it as a personal attack or as a chance to improve your friendship? Now, you might be thinking, but what if I'm just not good at handling critique? Here's the thing. Handling feedback is itself a learnable skill, what psychologists call metacognition, thinking about your own thinking. So challenge yourself. The next time feedback stings, pause and ask, what can I learn from this? That's the growth mindset in action. Here's a truth bomb. Everyone fails, but not everyone bounces back. Why? Mindset. If you see failure as a dead end like a computer crash with no backup, you're living in fixed mindset mode. But the growth mindset reframes failure as debug data. Each error is a chance to improve the code. Think about the sourdough bread craze during lockdown. Most people's first loaf was a disaster. Growth mindset bakers analyzed their hydration ratios and yeast activity, adjusted, and tried again. Fixed mindset folks? They tossed the apron, convinced bread just wasn't for them. So next time you fail, ask, is this a verdict or just input for version 2? That's the mindset shift. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. Will you adapt or resist? A fixed mindset avoids change like outdated software familiar, but eventually unsupported. Growth mindset? That's an auto update, always seeking new features, new ways to evolve. Let me give you an example. When remote work became the norm, some people clung to the old ways, resenting every Zoom call. Others learned new collaboration tools. Think Slack or Trello and thrived. Now, you might ask, but what if I try and the change backfires? Here's the secret. Growth mindset sees setbacks as temporary, not terminal. So, next time you face a shift big or small, choose curiosity over comfort. That's how you upgrade your operating system. Let's talk about effort. Do you coast through, or do you double down when things get tough? Fixed mindset treats effort like a penalty. If you have to try hard, you must not be talented. Growth mindset, effort is fuel, like adding RAM to squeeze more performance from your machine. Imagine you're prepping for a certification exam. Fixed mindset says, I'll skim the bare minimum. Growth mindset says, I'll fill every knowledge gap, even if it's hard. Now, you might say, but I'm not passionate about everything I do. Truth is, passion often follows effort, not the other way around. The more you invest, the more you care. So, next time you're tempted to phone it in, ask, what if one more hour of effort could change my trajectory? That's the relentless pursuit of growth. Where does your confidence come from, others or yourself? Be honest. The fixed mindset craves validation, like a phone needing constant charging. Growth mindset builds confidence from progress, not praise. Think solar-powered, self-sustaining. Let me tell you a story. I used to dread giving presentations. Each compliment was a temporary boost, but criticism destroyed me. Once, I focused on improving my skills. Each talk, good or bad, became proof that I could grow. That's when real confidence kicked in. You might be wondering, but what if I'll never be as skilled as others? That's comparison talking, not reality. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire, means you're always a work in progress. So, next time you doubt yourself, remember, confidence isn't given, it's grown. Finally, let's dig into learning itself. Are you boxed in by your labels, or do you see every day as a chance to expand? A fixed mindset says, I'm not creative, or I'm not a math person. It's like setting your phone to airplane mode and refusing to reconnect. Growth mindset? That's Wi-Fi, always searching for new networks every subject. Every skill is worth exploring. Let me ask, when's the last time you learned something just for fun? Not for school, not for work, but for the joy of discovery? That's neurogenesis in action, your brain literally forming new connections. If you've ever said, why bother, I'll never be good, flip the script. Who knows what hidden talents I might uncover? So, whether it's art class or astrophysics, remember, learning is a lifelong game. The only real limit is the mindset you bring to the table. Let's bring it all together. You've seen 9 ways fixed and growth mindsets shape our lives: intelligence, goals, feedback, failure, change, effort, confidence, learning, and how we see others. Here's the big takeaway. Your mindset isn't fixed. It's a schema, mental framework you can rewrite at any time. So, what if you decided right now to approach challenges as opportunities, not threats? Imagine the compounding returns over weeks, months, years. That's cognitive reprogramming on steroids. If you're ready for actionable strategies, check out my episode on the 11 best ways to develop a growth mindset. And if you want to be part of a community that lifts each other up, subscribe and join the conversation. Remember, you're not stuck where you are. Growth is a choice. Make it today and watch your world change.